All right. Hello, We Spark. Hello, my friends. It's good to be with you this morning for the second class in our series entitled, Resetting the Nervous System, Techniques to Help You in Your Recovery for learning to add techniques of balancing your nervous system into your self-healing routine. So today we're going to learn some techniques with Qigong and gentle movement, being aware of the energy field around us using different movement techniques. I'm going to share a beautiful brocade with you today, a series of movements called Gentle Qi Gong, which I learned from a teacher called Master Peng Ming, a Chinese master who developed a university in China where people will go and heal just about everything you can imagine just by doing Qigong. So the emphasis of this particular school, this university, and this experience for people to go for a month or 2 months and learn how to use Qigong 4 and 5 hours a day to mitigate all types of illnesses and difficult situations, including cancer. So I thought this would be very useful. We've touched on this before, but today I'm going to show you the entire brocade. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It's real easy to do, and I think you'll find it really empowering, really great. So I'm also going to share some warm-up techniques that we've done before, a couple things from the Dalian Fa series that I really like, the medical Qigong practice that I'm certified in, and I think you'll find this all very useful and very powerful for your healing work. Okay, so first I'm going to just say how great it is to be here. Have a drink of water. I love being at We Spark. We feel like it's the oasis here. This community is wonderfully connected through many years of service, and I'm really, really proud and happy to be back with you today. So today I'm going to just do a little warm-up, couple of warm-up things for you to kind of get us opened up, and we're going to talk more about the meridians and how we integrate Qi into the body, the energy field itself and why it's so important in Qigong, what Qi or Qi is, and ways that we can access it. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I'm really, really happy to see you all today. So first what we're going to do is start by creating a little circulation here. A big part of this movement business is getting energy to flow, blood and energy to circulate through the meridians and the cells of your body. So by rubbing your fingernails briskly, you create a circulation in the fingertips. You get some stimulation going in the extremities. And now smack the hands and rub them together. Get them hot. When we do this, we're activating these chakras, these energy centers in the palms called the Gong chakras. Anybody that's experienced Tui Na, hands-on healing, even Reiki, know that these centers are activated whenever people are practicing. And now Mentastics is a series of shaking progressive muscle groups. So we like to start in the fingers and the wrists up to your elbows. This may be a review for some of you all because we like to do Qigong in every class. Bring it up to the shoulders and really just kind of see if you can isolate the muscles and just really focus there. Now your belly and chest, put your whole upper body into the shaking. And if you can, hopping, and raise your hands up in the air and shake them like you're on a trampoline. Now, if for some reason you feel challenged to be standing, you can do a lot of this sitting down. So just relax and take care of yourself. Now, place your hands together like an accordion of energy that you're stretching, like a chi ball. See if you can actually feel this kind of little magnetic resistance almost in your hands. If you close your eyes and take a deep breath, place your hands right over your dantian, over your lower abdomen area, just beneath your navel. And see if you can feel this wonderful feeling of energy that's between your hands. And as you get closer and put your hands closer together, you may notice it. Okay, there you go. The more you practice, the more you'll get it. So this is the idea. We're cultivating an awareness and connection to this energy of Qi. And we're going to work with this a lot today. Now place your hands over your dantian. If you're identifying as female, it's left hand over the right. The lower dantian, the higher center, is beneath the navel. We've explored this many times in our classes, why it's such a powerful area of the body. The area that we call the second chakra, the hara or lower dantian, is this concentrated energy of life force and emotion, sexuality, creativity. So we start our practices here and usually end our brocades here as well. And this noble stance that we have here is one where we're really feeling the containment of that energy here in the lower dantian. Take a breath in, push the belly out. Exhale, pull your belly back to your spine. This type of breathing is so powerful for bringing us into the present moment. Practice a couple more breaths like that. Breathe in, push the belly out, pull back on your spine. And now just check in with your sensibility of how you're feeling today. What is happening in your emotions, in your life, events, circumstances, and relationships. Remember that emotions are like clouds in the sky. We're going to do an exercise later called Parting the Clouds, which gives us the ability to clear energy from our energy field that might be affecting us. So the emotions are necessary for us to learn our capabilities for responding to stress and difficulty rather than reacting. So this is a very important distinction. We talked about this last week, about the ability to respond when tension or challenging things cross our path. So all of these emotions that we feel sometimes that make us uncomfortable, like anger and fear and worry, these emotions get bad press and we like to push them away or not acknowledge them, or not even recognize the importance of what they're there to teach. So whatever's happening for you, just notice that's okay. Today is today. It's today's Qigong today. The emotions will shift and change, maybe faster and more relevant than you might actually notice. You can be in a different emotional state very quickly. So we're going to work with intentionality here. Imagine yourself now at the end of your session. How would you like to feel? Your desired state of consciousness, the way your emotions would like to feel for you today in this particular session. And see yourself there. Imagine yourself. Visualize yourself being in that state. Remember the importance of visualization in your self-healing, your energy healing practices. Once again, take a deep breath, push that belly out, breathe into that desired state of consciousness. Exhale, pull your belly back to your spine. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to open our eyes and go straight into our arm swings. Arm swings, we like to start with this to give good flow of energy. It's a water element exercise. Reach around and tap the kidneys if you can, and just get some activation of that element moving. Tapping is really a really important practice for activating emotional stuff, for releasing tension. So we do a lot of tapping in our warm-up. And remember that a lot of this is like moving meditation. I'm speaking here, but generally when I do this, I'm doing it in silence or with nice calm music. Now reach up and tap the lungs. When we tap the lungs, we're activating the metal element here of clarity and discernment, releasing stagnant qi, any sense of sadness or grief with the exhaling of qi from your lungs, breathing in pure white oxygen and life force, and just letting go of what's not serving. It's a great way to kind of get the lungs moving. We like to work quickly with the lungs in Qigong. We like to start our brocades a lot of times with the lungs. Yeah, good. Now reach up and tap the shoulder. And those of you who have been with me for a while with the practice know that this is a great activator for the vagus nerve, the back of the skull, top of the spine. Vagus nerve, of course, is the longest nerve in the body and the regulator and translator of emotional qi and digestive qi to our brain. So we're always going to be doing some type of vagus nerve resetting when we do movement like this. And now drop down and go a little faster. See if you can get some little dance going here. All right, good. Shake it out and have a sip of water. Now we're going to, again, lean forward and tap. Tap the kidneys. Just give it a good activation tapping. Sometimes they call this knocking on the door of life. Kidneys are so important. Connected to our adrenals and the energy of the adrenals. Now tapping here on your claw area between your legs and your torso. Call this the Sea of Qi. Very powerful, concentrated energy center, as we mentioned before. This is really good for your digestion, your pre-digestion. You're just getting some energy and circulation going in the lower body here. I like to kind of just rock back and forth, get my hips in it. A little stretching of the hips. And now tap your thymus in the center of your chest, right above your sternum. And again, here we're activating and stimulating the immune system. A very powerful way and simple way to get some resilience in our immune system responsiveness. It's tapping. Okay, now one of the first meditations that I want to share with you. We've done this before. This is called standing Wu Ji. A lot of times Wu Ji is done where the arms are by the sides. You want to bend your knees slightly, tuck your hip, keep your feet as wide as your shoulders. You can also, I like to raise my hands up to the sky. And because there's a certain way that I can connect to the breathing, where I'm breathing in from the sky, white pure qi from the sky, in through the palms of my hands, and exhaling through my feet into the earth, red, warm energy into the earth. So we're recycling energy from the sky to the earth and connecting to the colors of white and red, and also the energy of yin and yang. Like imagine that the father, grandfather, yang energies from the sky, grandmother, mother, earth energy is the feminine quality. So we're actually balancing our yin yang energy as we do this meditation, connecting to the earth and the sky. This is a great way to start your day in a calm, centered way. Gather energy through the palms. You can do this sitting. Wu Ji. Just take another couple of breaths. Feel yourself being completely relaxed in a standing position. And now open your eyes. We're going to lift up from the dantian here. Gather the energy. Lift up. Breathe in. And cycle back down to your thighs. Keep the back straight. Lift in, up again. Breathe up. Exhale down to the knees. Breathe in, up. Keep the back straight down to the shins. Breathe in, up. And down to the earth this time. All the way to the earth. Exhale down. Gather up earth energy and sprinkle it around you. We're going to come back to this later. Just feel the perimeter of your energy field here as you surround yourself with this energy of the earth. And come back into your dantian and bring all that energy right back in. Breathe in, push the belly out, exhale back to your spine. Okay, a little shaking here. And now I'd like to go straight into what I call scissors arms, and I like to do a little rocking with this when I do this. So this is a great way to kind of get that lung and heart energy moving. As I mentioned, in lots of Qigong brocades, we start with the lungs and heart to get the cardiovascular energy really happening for the rest of the body to access this life force. So this is a really simple way. You can do this in the morning when you wake up, in the afternoon if you need a little energizing, and it gets the blood pumping, life force pumping very quickly. Great substitute for a cup of coffee. And the interesting thing about these exercises, a lot of them, is you'll feel energized and clear-minded, but also very calm and centered at the same time. So this is a really wonderful signal to the nervous system that yes, we can be energizing and we can be calming at the same time. So the idea is, of course, also to stay focused and notice your breath, how it feels in your body as you're doing these types of exercises. Okay, now just shake out your shoulders a little bit here. Have another little sip of water. Okay, now some work for the shoulders and the upper body. Lift the shoulder up and back, up and back, up and back. The other shoulder, same way, up and back, up and back. Now both shoulders, up and back, up and back. And now the left shoulder forward. And right shoulder. It's amazing how much tension we keep in our shoulders, especially if you're on the computer these days. Neck and shoulders are very, very powerful releasers of tension, stress. Lift up to your neck, your ears, drop down, lift up again, let go. One more time, up. And now lifting your head, up and down. And now to the right and the left. And now reach your right arm over your left ear, behind your left ear. You'll notice a little soft spot. Pull to the right. Look in the upper left corner with your eyes. This is a balancing, resetting technique for the vagus nerve. Really simple, easy idea. Pull one way, look the other. Not too much tension, but just enough to get a good stretch. And gently release and move your head from side to side. Okay, now the left arm up over the right ear. Same thing, pull to the left. Look in the upper right corner with your eyes. And just stretch and breathe. Good, and head from side to side as you release. And now gentle head circles, clockwise circles. Give your head a nice stretch of the neck here, just really light, easy stretch. Go back the other way. And shake out your shoulders. Now we're going to stimulate the scalp as if you are shampooing briskly. A good stimulation to the cranium here and the nerves in the head. Again, remember, all these head and neck exercises really good for stimulating the vagus nerve. And now tapping up around the sides of your head. Now pull your eyebrows out to the sides and massage your forehead and your eye sockets, and massage the cheekbones and your face. Now your jaw. Oh, we hold so much tension in the jaw, it's amazing. Just let that all loosen up here. Now we're going to pull up on the ears and breathe in. Now pull down on your ears and dragon breath. Let go of that exhale. That's. Now reach around the back of your head and massage your bindu. This is your medulla oblongata, or your center of the vagus nerve here, at the bottom of your skull, top of your spine. Give that a good massage. Get that open. Now along the edges of your skull. Ah, yeah. Come around to your throat, a little gently lift your throat and massage your thyroid. And now this important point here in the center of your neck with your fire finger, and now massage your thymus. And we're going to switch. Same thing. Activate that thymus. Balance point 1, hand on the dantian, finger under your nose here, and stimulate this balance point. Switch. Same. Now we're going to cross over under the clavicles here. There's a nice little soft divot area there that connects to your stomach meridian, helps calm the stomach and then activate the earth element here in the stomach, mitigating any sense of worry, bring us into the calm centered presence of the earth element. And up and down now the center line of the body, stimulating all the chakras from your belt to your neck. And now tapping. And this is a connection again to getting some energy in the pericardium, the lungs, the heart, the immune system, stimulating the upper body energies. And you can add your vowel sounds. We talked about the vowels and how they're connected to the organs, and releasing qi in the organs up the back of the arm, tapping across the other arm, up the back, now down the backs of your legs. And touch the ground, get a feeling of touching your toes here, stretch out your back. Now come up the inner part of your thighs and shoo off your kidneys here. Now we're going to lift up, breathe in, and throw it down. And just do this. Just get a good rocking motion going here. Okay, now shake out your hands. Now place your middle fingers in the center of your palms like this, and drop your arms by your side. Now this is another type of standing meditation technique. And what we're doing here is just kind of, in a sense, like anchoring the energy. By putting your middle fingers into the palms, we're kind of anchoring the energy points. Just breathe now. You can also visualize, if you like, your favorite place, activity, and people. Use your mind's eye, your imagination, to picture yourself centered and happy in a healing environment with great people that you love being with, feeling a sense of self-love. Nice, easy breaths. Okay, release the tension in your hands. And standing Wu Ji for a moment. Feel the connection to the earth. Let your body stay nice and centered. And now begin to sway back and forth. I call this willow in the wind. Great way to get yourself connected to the earth. If you want, you can place your feet together and come up on your heels and the balls of your feet. Little exercise for the calves without putting too much tension or pressure. And now back to your noble stance, left hand over the right below the dantian. Breathe in and out. Exhale back to your spine. And now your hands to your heart for your affirmation. I love, accept, and appreciate all aspects of myself unconditionally. I love, accept, and appreciate all aspects of myself unconditionally. All right, very good, everyone. Have some water, have a sip of water, and make yourself comfortable. Have a seat. All right, so now what I'd like to do is share some information with you that I think you'll find really useful and really helpful to understand the Qigong idea of Qigong being a centerpiece of our healing practice. And it's a really wonderful ebook that I got from this particular school called White Tiger, which I really like them. They have an extraordinary reputation for teaching Qigong all over the world. And so this ebook is going to give us some information here, how to experience true freedom from heavy emotions, right? And it kind of gives us the idea that a lot of people are struggling with emotional balance, like what exactly does that mean? And of course, in your own life, whenever you're feeling a sense of balance in your emotions, when things feel a little challenged or out of balance. So, we can really be aware of how stress impacts us, and having a perspective of that by having a good Qigong practice will give you the other balanced idea, how to stay calm and responsive, and to be able to notice what's happening in the body and allow that to be our teacher for guiding the energy of our body. So what is Qigong? Again, we've talked so much about it. It's now estimated over 3,000 documented kinds of Qigong. So how do we choose which one is right? And that's a very subjective thing. This particular story here, this woman tells of her chronic illness when she was young, her abusiveness, and the witness of trauma and abuse. And she discovered Qigong and found that it was the way for her to do the healing. And one of the fundamental precepts there, the Taoist principle of the three acquired minds. So Tao, T-A-O, the Tao, is often referred to as the way, or the one, or the oneness. So whenever people are studying meditation, or you have a spiritual practice where the idea is to be merging with the one energy of source, this is another way of looking at the Tao. However you look at God or your angels, or however that feels for you, we can look at it through the same lens. So they talk about these three acquired minds. One, releasing emotional issues and traumas. Stage two, releasing societal norms and values, things that we've been conditioned to believe, things that we've told are right or wrong, things that we're being controlled by. And stage three, release belief structures, deeper ones, religious views, national identity, deeply held views that keep us limited in our experience of acceptance of other people, of other cultures, of techniques and mysterious ideas that we might not be able to rationally digest. But the idea that to be open and be accepting and be available to new information, to new techniques, to ideas and concepts like the invisible energy of Qi, those kinds of things. And then it goes a little deeper into these stages, letting go of traumas as a focused first stage. Second stage, societal norms, goes a little bit more into reading what that might mean. People need to feel respect, strength, and freedom. That idea. Releasing deeply held views. The idea behind the different cultures of the world all having all the same truth rivers going to the sea of consciousness, accepting all religions and all practices as something that we can all learn from and thrive from. Now we were talking, which is the best Qigong for you? Well, we can look at it. We have 5 branches typically: the Taoist, Buddhist, Confucian, martial art, and medical. And what we're working with primarily today is medical Qigong, this branch here. And medical has a lot to do with understanding anatomy and fascia and the bones and how the body integrates energy into the organs and through the meridians for resilience in the organs, releasing emotional qi and clearing the organs of stagnant energy and the energy field of stagnant energy. That's a premise of Tamado's Dalian Fa medical Qigong practice, and of course Zheneng Qigong today, which we're going to learn. So we'll discover this is a White Tiger's unique approach as well, where we talk about the fascia and the connective tissue, the memory that is stored in our bodies, the emotional residue in some ways that gets stored in the tissue. We've talked a lot about this in other classes where we release emotion that's stored in the organs that may not be serving us, or we can also bring in positive qi and emotional qi into the organs. So the fascia is really interesting, how it connects all the bones and organs and kind of wraps everything. And it has memory. It has the ability to be responsive over time. And the anatomy, stretching the muscles and bones and understanding the organs and the meridians, the energy flow through these rivers of energy that move through the body. And of course, Chinese medicine, which those of you know me know that I am very keen on the 5 elements as a foundational philosophy of our practices. The meridians, organs, the connections with the emotions, energy, and the application of Qigong to sort of work with mitigating any potential stress and tension. So finding the emotional balance can transform anger from the liver, for example, into forgiveness and kindness. Transform grief in the lungs, and sadness into joy and happiness, into the heart fire element. Transform fear from the kidneys into courage and willpower, which helps us in the earth element, and improves body awareness. Increase the benefit of your existing training and maximizing your potential and give you freedom. So there's a lot of wonderful qualities that can result from a Qigong practice. Now, when we talk about fascia, this connective tissue, whenever you do exercise, a lot of times you'll notice if you're a little out of shape that you'll have pain and soreness in the muscles, this lactic acid that builds up and kind of dissipates through the body. The fascia is also connected that way. It's kind of like a web of fibrous, gluey, wet proteins that holds everything together. And, it gets stretched and moved, and it can be elastic, and it can remember. It has memory. It kind of starts to activate itself. So it's really interesting what this fascia does and how it connects to the emotions. So, like it says here, the emotions and traumas are stored in the fascia, like a tree has rings, and all the kinks and knots and stuff that you feel when you have muscle tension, those types of things. So this is really an interesting idea that we don't think about a lot. The Qigong is wonderful to continue to stretch and make the elasticity of the fascia more palpable, to release emotion and calm the nerves. So here are the causes of illness. Again, these are pretty well known and common. Environmental factors, excess emotional stress has been built up and not released over a period of time. Bad habits like stagnation, lack of movement, overeating, over drinking, of course, drugs and alcohol. We all know many different things that cause difficulty in our lives. But the one thing that I think is important in here is the buildup of stress and trauma that can build up and get stored, not only in the fascia, in the physical, but in your energy field, outside of your body, in your aura, your etheric that connects to the chakras, the astral body, which is your emotional field, the mental body, which are the thoughts, and causal, which are past life memories and things. So this resilience and connection to understanding emotions and thoughts that are in our field, Qigong can really, really dissipate and mitigate a lot of this information so that it doesn't end up in the physical as tumors and pain and etc., autoimmune diseases. So excessive emotional buildup, again, we're working on Qigong releasing this and mitigating this. Excessive desire, which is the heart, too much fire. Excessive anger, too much wood element in the liver. Excessive worry, too much earth chi out of balance in the stomach. Excess fear in the kidneys, the water element out of balance. And excess grief in the lungs, the metal element of discernment and clarity. So you can see that each of the medical Qigong practices kind of help the organs and the emotions and the elements to be all interconnected so that when we're releasing and clearing, that we're doing it in a very systematic and powerful way. And of course, here we are with the things that really cause difficulty: cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, heart disease. Again, a lot of what we're talking about in Qigong, especially medical Qigong, is preventive, being able to, prevent the energy from getting into our physical and causing more difficulty through, stagnation or just not being motivated to clear energy here. But in this experience of this teacher here, he said, witness a common pattern that if there's emotional imbalances, released in stuck emotions, it causes much more difficulty in recovering from chronic illness. So, I really believe that it's true that the emotional connection and healing are super important. Like healing is a feeling. The more that we can work with, transforming challenging emotions through different techniques that we can learn to do on our own without having to go outside and bring in other types of, teachers or doctors. And we can do a lot of our own healing if we know what to do and how to do it. And here's, again, nervous system and emotions. We talked about this last month, about how the brain, the spinal cord, the different nerves, and especially the vagus nerve, to scientifically understand how emotions affect the nervous system. So you can see that a lot of what we talk about in this practice of resetting the nervous system is kind of repetitive. It has a lot to do with calm, centered energy, with circulation and movement, with understanding how the emotions are related to the body through the fascia and the organs, how the elements give us a framework of understanding so that we can approach our self-healing in a very scientific and intuitive way. We're combining both things. Now here we have some information about the neuroscience of emotional habits. Now in one of the classes that we did earlier, we talked about the neuroscience of self-compassion and why self-compassion is something that really can transform the way that you see yourself in the world. The idea of being compassionate to others is generally how we think of compassion or consider compassion being an energy in our life. Be compassionate to others who are suffering. In many cases, people have difficulty even understanding compassion that way and or with themselves. So the idea of creating emotional habits is another way that Qigong can help us by doing moving meditations and being able to be aware and present of what's happening in your body. You begin to create a habit in your practice that also translates into the way that your emotions respond to stress. So this is an interesting idea of reliving emotional traumas or experience keeps you in the same state of mind is when the event happens. So the idea of this feedback loop of emotions, thoughts drive feelings, feelings drive thoughts. So what we were talking about in your energy field, you could see it as an energy loop that's going between the astral and the mental body. So the more we move and clear the field, the more we kind of dissipate the stagnant chi, and we're able to create more flow of positivity and calm centeredness. So there's a lot that has to do with biochemical information here in the brain that release chemical signals. But Qigong and breathing and techniques of movement and somatic movement help us to kind of rewire the nervous system to release different types of chemicals in the blood. So this is an interesting thought, idea, feeling, idea, and again, good for studying. And here we get into relaxation and why deep relaxation is a key to longevity. Physical relaxation of the muscles and the meridians, the internal organs, and finally the bones. And for those of you who do yoga nidra, you may notice that when you're in a deep relaxed state lying down in yoga nidra, it's not quite sleep. It's kind of this, what they call yogic sleep, but very deep, deep relaxation. 5 elements and organs and emotions. Those of you who know me and have taken classes before know that this is a fundamental concept of my work, understanding the idea of the 5 elements and how they generate energy, or how we can overcome energy that is challenging. We know that the emotions are connected with specific organ systems, and Taoist philosophy tells us that the emotions in the body are just intrinsically connected. So the more that we move, the more that we connect to what organs are associated with different elements, how those emotions can be released through sounds, through movement and breath, and we really get to be wonderfully connected to self-healing techniques. So here's a little more, detail on the different emotions that you can study to see what, elements and emotion correspondences exist. Really cool, interesting stuff. And then the healing sounds, what we're talking about here are breath sounds, which we're going to practice today in our Dalian Fa practice. And also the idea that these sounds release stagnant chi from the organs. They are sound healing sounds, but they are breath sounds. In other classes, we've worked with sounds in the organs, vowel sounds that release energy out of the organs. These breath sounds are much more subtle, but they have a similar function in releasing stagnant chi. And again, practice of the 6 healing sounds in medical Qigong, which we're going to do today. Healing of organs, eliminating toxins, gaining emotional balance, rejuvenation, mental and physical health. Now there's a nice little meditation here on the 5 elements that you can practice. And how to make Qigong a habit. So I think that what happens with Qigong, at least for me, is that it's become something that I love. And of course we do things that we love, and habits are easy to form when it's something that we love to do. So the more that we can, use Qigong as a self-loving practice, the better that we will have an opportunity to make it a habit, a daily habit. And you'll notice after a while, we've been repeating certain things in our practice. And some of my students will say, well, why do we do the same routine every day? Why can't we learn something new? So I integrate new things as we go. But my teacher told me, he said, do the same practice so that it becomes second nature. It's just something that you don't think about at all. And when you're not thinking, you can feel what's happening in the energy. You can really benefit. So repetition creates a sense of habit, a calm discipline that you have to have as a fundamental, a motivation. So here we have a technique, standing like a tree, Qigong, which we're going to do. later. Here I showed you the standing Wu Ji or sitting Wu Ji meditations and how they work. So the idea of Qigong also being a meditation practice is really important for the idea of resetting the nervous system. So this will be a handout I'll send you also. And then here's a little bit of information. A lot of times people will ask me, what's the difference between Tai Chi and Qigong? And so this is a little study guide for you to kind of notice what the difference is here. But Qigong actually is an ancient practice that literally means cultivating vital energy. Tai Chi is very well known and popular practice of Qigong, but it's performed with certain movement brocades that are connected. It's kind of like yoga. It's type of meditation practice, of course. But a lot of what happens in Qigong is that we hold a posture for a while. And Tai Chi has a lot of flowing one movement into the next. So the brocades are all connected in sort of a flow. And Tai Chi can be practiced in a very specific form. You have to learn a set of exercises and body postures, and they're all kind of connected over where, Qigong can be, you have different particular brocades for each of the organs, for example. You may, again, in Qigong, you were asked to do a series of exercises over and over again. In Tai Chi, you could do them a few times and then move on to the next set. So repetition is not as common in Tai Chi as it is in Qigong. So there's other differences. This will be something you can study. There's a little summary here. But again, this will be something you can use in your study guide. I will send that as part of our handout series to you. And I think you'll find it very useful. Okay. Awesome. I hope that was wonderful and helpful for you. Now I'm going to share the Gentle Qi Gong practice. So I'm going to ask you to take a drink of water. And this one is the one that I was saying is in China that was developed by Dr. Peng Ming. And you will find that if you practice this every day, you're really going to look forward to it. It's wonderfully nourishing and relaxing. And I'm going to put on a little bit of music here for just a second to give you something to listen to as well as you're doing this practice. Okay, so Gentle Qi Gong, we start with our feet together and our hands down facing the earth. So we like to have this energy of connection to the earth as a foundational start. Hands down facing the earth. Just move the hands gently back and forth. See if you can feel the current of energy coming up from the earth to the hands. You can rock willow in the wind if you like, just to get connected to earth. And now scoop up the energy and point the middle fingers toward the dantian, about 6 inches away, like a little ball of energy in front of you. Middle fingers pointing at the dantian. Breathe in and out. Now breathe in, move the hands around. Point the middle fingers at the point behind the dantian, called the Ming Men. Anchor the energy in the Ming Men. Now breathe in up. Put your fingers at the top of the rib cage under your arms here at this activation point. Anchor energy here. Exhale. Breathe in, exhale, point your fingers toward the third eye in front of you, extend the arms. Breathe Feel the energy field around you come up and anchor at the top of the crown chakra, about 8 inches above your head. Breathe in and out. Exhale down to the heart chakra. The lotus here. Breathe in. Exhale forward. Point your hands forward. Feel the perimeter of your energy field here. Now make waves. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Massage your field. See if you can feel the energy field around you here. Really notice it. Expand wide. Point your palms out. Your arms straight. Breathe in. Flap your wings out. 2, 3, and 4. Point your hands up. Feel the perimeter of your field. Now breathe in, lift up above the crown, and gently contain the energy above your crown chakra. Breathe in and out. And now gently massage your field. Float your hands down across the third eye, crown, third eye, throat, your heart, solar plexus, and anchor here at the dantian, middle fingers anchoring. Breathe in. Exhale around the back. Anchor the fingers at the Ming Men point behind the dantian. Breathe in. Exhale down. Brush down the back of the legs to the earth. Touch the earth. Make 4 big circles. Connect to the earth. Gather earth energy up the front meridians. Anchor here at the dantian. Breathe in and out. Lift your arms. Point the palms out. Notice the edges of your energy field here. And feel, massage your field. Now come forward, place the hands forward. Gentle massage. Now gather the chi, lift up above your head, and contain above the crown. Breathe in and out. Smoothen your field, massage down to the third eye. Anchor your fingers at the third eye point, elbows out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, come around the edge of the skull. Anchor the points at the bindu again at the vagus nerve point behind the skull. Elbows out. Breathe in and out. Move the hands down over the shoulders and anchor at the Ming Men point again behind the dantian. Middle fingers anchoring. Breathe in and out. Come around the front and anchor at the Dantian point. Breathe in and out. Brush down the front of your legs all the way to the earth. Make 4 big circles on the earth. Grab your ankles and brush up the back meridians all the way up to the Ming Man. Exhale to the front. Anchor at your Dantian. Breathe in and out. Drop your arms by your sides. Slowly lift. And contain the energy above the crown. Breathe in and out. And now slowly massage your field along the sides. Elbows at your sides, palms forward. Reach around, breathe in, gather the chi, anchor at the stomach meridian point, come around the other side. Anchor, elbows out. Breathe in, hold the energy there. Exhale. Now breathe in, create a lotus at the heart. Exhale. Breathe in, lift the hands up. Circle around and point the middle fingers at the third eye. Feel the energy connection between the middle fingers and the third eye. Breathe in and out. Breathing in, pull the fingertips to the top of the rib cage again under the arms at these activation points. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Exhale behind the Ming Men. Come to the Dantian and anchor here to your noble stance. Left hand over the right if you're identifying as female. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale back to your spine. Now create a lotus over your heart. Step to the left, drop down to the Dantian and create a portal to breathe energy from the universe through the Dantian areas. Concentrate on breathing through this portal. Okay, now close your stance, open your eyes, hands to your heart. And your affirmation: I love, accept, and appreciate all aspects of myself unconditionally. And I treat myself and others with love, kindness, respect, and compassion. All right, wonderful. Have a sip of water. So that, my friends, is your name practice. Now I want to take you through the heart and lung, which you've done before with me. Dalian Fa, heart and lung, stand as wide as your shoulders. elbows at your sides, point the fingers down with the backs of the hands facing. You're in emptiness here, tuck the hips, bend the knees, lift. Take your breath, point the fingers out, drop down. You have white qi coming through the fingertips into the lungs. Exhale. Lift again. Breathe. White qi. Again, the sound exhaling. One more, lift up. Point the palms out. Exhale down. Close your stance, noble stance. Breathe in and out. Okay, heart qigong. That's the mudra. We're standing again as wide as your shoulders, elbows at your side, palms up. Come around the kidneys. Push up and out. Palms out. Visualize red fire qi coming in through the palms into the heart. Exhale down. Here we go. Lift. Breathe. Visualize red fire element qi energizing your heart. Exhale the sound. Round again. Lift and breathe. Exhale. Again, close your stance over the dantian, left over the right if you're identifying as female. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale, pull it back to your spine. And now in this noble stance with your eyes closed, check in and see how you feel here. If there's been a shift in your feelings from the time you started till now, just notice where you are. Notice what's shifted, if anything. How do you feel in your body? How does your heart feel? How does your stomach feel? Your liver, your kidneys, your lungs. Now we're going to open our stance and begin to bounce your hands very gently in front of your dantian. See if you can create like a slinky, a little palpable energy field between your body and your hands. The more you practice, the more you'll feel it. Now scoop it up. Right hand down, left up. See if you can feel it like a ball of energy here, right at the dantian. Now we're going to start to stir it very gently through your field. Bring it all up into all of your energy field. Astral body, mental body, stir all through. Get circulation going here. Reach down to the earth, gather up earth energy into your heart. Exhale loving kindness. Cross up, breathe in white metal qi into the lungs. Exhale the sound. Exhale to the earth. Gather up earth energy into the heart. Exhale loving kindness. Cross up red fire element qi in the heart. Breathe it in through the palms. Exhale. To the earth. Gather up earth energy into the heart. Exhale loving kindness. Cross up yellow gold earth qi in the stomach. Exhale. To the earth up into the heart. Exhale loving kindness. Cross up. Breathe in blue water element qi in the kidneys. Through the palms. Exhale. To the earth. Up. Exhale loving kindness. Cross up. Green wood element energy in the liver. Through the palms. Exhale. Gather up earth energy again, sprinkle around you. This time come into your standing tree. Elbows relaxed, hands in front of your heart. Create a ball of energy from the side, looks like this. Push and pull the mountain very gently. See if you can feel that beach ball of energy there. If you're hugging a tree. You'll notice it. There it is. Very cool when you feel it. Remember, this is your emotional and mental body energy. So your affirmation here is my energy field is strong, clear, and resilient. My energy field is strong, clear, and resilient. All of my thoughts and feelings in this present moment are positive and repowering. All my thoughts and feelings in this present moment, positive and repowering. Now open your stance, expand wide for the good of all. Close. Bring all that energy into your dantian. Breathe in and out. All right, dear friends. Very good. Have a sip of water. And now I'm going to invite you to relax onto your favorite yoga mat or on the floor or on your couch, wherever feels the most comfortable. And create a feeling of connection to the earth. As you're lying on your back, feel yourself connecting deeply to the earth. Breathe in through the base of your spine. Exhale through your feet. Practice again. Breathe in through the base of your spine. Exhale through your feet. Breathe in through the base of your spine. Exhale through your feet. And just breathe and relax. A little more with each breath. Let yourself relax. Okay, put some energy into your toes and feet. Take a deep breath into your toes and feet, tense the muscles, and exhale. Now breathe into your knees and your calves. Nice deep breath, tense the muscles, and exhale. Now a nice deep breath into your thighs and your hips. And exhale. Now breathe into the lower abdomen. Tense the muscles there. And exhale. Bring your energy to the solar plexus. Tense the muscles. Breathe in. Exhale. And now bring your energy to your heart. Place your hands over your heart. Feel your heart beating, sending love, life force, healing energy through all the cells of your body. Take a deep breath of self-compassion into your heart. A deep breath of self-forgiveness into your heart. And now a deep breath of gratitude for your health, for your family, for our community, for all the people helping you with your treatment, for the energy of healing, and the energy of love. And just feel your heart beating in your chest expanding with love. Visualize pink rose quartz healing energy around your heart. And take a nice long stretch like a cat waking up from a nap. Stretch your arms, take a deep breath. Ah. And come on back into the screen if you'd like to come on screen for a moment. Welcome back.